All right. So what's your character?
I'm gonna take a 404, bro.
All right. I'm gonna take collector then. Oh, state your premise.
Yeah, I think my position is it's more likely that my character will be yours. It's not definitive.
What's the reason to why your character beats mine?
Yeah, I think it's just gonna be by virtue of Blue Mastery. Do you know
Okay,
what that
so you're not gonna say the reasoning of why your
is?
character beats my character?
I just told you the reason, but I don't know if you're a retard. I don't know if you're sped, but I clearly just told you that I think it's by virtue of his ability called Blue Mastery. So let's stay on track.
Okay, well, my premise is my character solo is due to outscaling and better abilities.
So your character can beat mine. All right, that's definitive. So
Yes, that is literally the reason. So
like,
go
you want me
first.
to go? Yeah, sure,
So
bro.
prove that your
Yeah,
character is
sure, bro. That's what I'm doing, bro. That's what I'm doing, bro. I'm getting this game, bro. I don't need your little yip.
your character canon. Yes or no?
My character can. I think my character is canon to his own race. Sure. I think something can be canon to
Is he
itself.
canon to the actual Undertale verse? So,
I'm not using actual Undertale, so that's irrelevant.
but is he canon though? That's the thing though. Is he canon?
Again, I'm going to state this for the second time. I don't know if you're a retard or if you're not tracking, but I am not using actual Undertale.
But is Alpha Tail actually whatever the fuck you're using canon to that exact verse? Is it
Why?
canon?
What is the relevance?
So there's no evidence to that being canon? Okay.
What is the relevance?
I'm asking, is your character canon at all?
Yeah, and I'm telling you,
but if your character is not canon, then I'll just be OC Fallacy.
Yeah, and I'm putting into question the relevance for such.
All right, we'll do that then.
I'm putting into question why is it relevant.
I just answered that though. I literally answered the reason why it is relevant. I literally just answered it. Like, are you not tracking?
Okay, so can you? Yeah, sure, that's fine. Now, can you repeat that?
If you don't answer to my question of why your character is canon or not, then it just falls under OC fallacy and attack that argument. It
falls under OC fallacy. Can you tell me what that is real quick?
OC fallacy?
OC fallacy I think that's made up, and I don't think that's actually fallacious when it comes to my character.
You wanted me to define. Wait, you wanted me to define it, and now you're saying it's not real. What did you do?
No, I'm putting into question if it's fallacious. I'm putting into question if it would actually be logically fallacious to my argument and to my character.
It will lock in
because I just told you that something can be canonical to itself, in which I am using that thing. So it being canon to the actual series doesn't matter because I'm not using the actual series.
All right. Oh, so he went on Deafin. All right. Bro really went on Deafin. Okay, so like I was going to say, since you're not going to talk over me, since you're on Deafin, I'm going to say this. OC fallacy is when you have an OC used directly for power scaling, and it is not a published character. It's pretty much OC. It's pretty much. Yeah, pretty much OC fallacy, and this is what Prince Goat is failing to realize, and he's saying it's not the case.
If you're inserting your OC into an actual world itself and making it its own thing, OC fallacy.
No, what were you talking about, bro?
You wanted me to define OC fallacy, right? But you literally
where I'm putting it into question.
Yeah,
and asking for an explanation.
What are you questioning?
Bro, can I are you good?
I mean,
can I explain what I'm doing so you can grasp?
No, faggot.
And I don't
grasp is crazy.
But sure, bro, I'm putting it into question and I'm asking, or I'm telling you what is going to be the why is this thing logically fallacious to my argument? I don't think it would be fallacious to my argument at all.
Also, when you said that OC fallacy is like fake and not real,
I don't. When I
mean, fallacy was not real though. Can you prove that claim that OC fallacy is not real? Are you gonna, or you're just gonna?
I never claimed that.
You literally just said that. You literally just said that when I talked about OC fallacy. You said it is not real.
That's not, bro.
Yes, you did. You literally said fallacy is fake.
Can I clarify what I told you, bro?
I literally just said what you said.
No, that's not what I said. Can I clarify? I just let you speak. Are you gonna let me? Are you gonna let me speak?
Hell no.
Yeah, hell no.
Oh,
hell no. Let me talk. Okay.
Sure, bro.
You
talk.
just said. You just said
get you naked.
That OC fallacy is fake, right? You just said that.
You
literally just said that when I talked about it. Just said it.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna change up saying, "Oh, well, I never said that. I never said that."
Yo, can like people stop talking in my debate, bro? Are we okay? Anyways, yeah. Let me clarify. That's not what I told you at all. I told you that I don't think a fucking OC fallacy would be logically fallacious in the sense that it would hurt.
But you also said it wasn't real.
Yeah. I just let you speak, so I'm gonna put you on mute so you can grasp my argument. Right? I'm asking you, who was unmuting him? Yo,
you're not doing that. You can't. You're not allowed to.
Yo, bro, I'm gonna get. Bro,
let me talk. All right.
How many?
You're not allowed to mute.
Yo, anyone who's moderator.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna.
Go. We can understand.
Let him speak though, but like you're not allowed to mute him.
Bro, I am allowed to mute him because he's louder than me, and I can't get a single sentence out in which he just strawmanning.
They never agreed to have moderation. But like, okay, Almighty. Don't interrupt him. But like Prince, you can speak.
Yeah, Collective. Would you like to have a moderator?
Yeah.
Sure, we can have.
Don't perma abuse the whole fucking debate because you literally just said that OC
can you put him on mute?
And it's irrelevant. So
yeah, he's just like over talking. Now let me. Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
anyways, I just told you that that was not actually what I said, and we can appeal to the recording bot. I'm putting into question how this is going to be fallacious to my character, right? Which I don't think it is. I'm going further. I'm going more in depth. I don't think it is actually fallacious to my character, right? But I'm putting into question how it is fallacious. Right? I don't see motivation for it, so I need an argument for that, right? And I'm also putting into question how this would even hurt my argument. So you can go ahead and define what it is, and you can tell me how that fucking hurts my argument and my character. You can unmute him now, bro.
Yeah, you can do it now.
Still. That's still not answer anything. Exactly what you just said. You just said that policy is not real. You literally just said that.
Bro, listen, bro. I don't know if I need to tell
you're literally brain dead. Are you tracking your own arguments or what?
Listen. I don't know.
You're not even tracking
again. Right.
This guy's not even tracking.
I think that it can be. Yo, can I give the argument? Yeah, I think that it can be real in the sense of it being some sort of fallacy being made up. Now, whether that actually
that's exactly what you just said. You just said it was made up.
Yo, can you
literally just said it? You literally just said it.
You could do it. And you could do it. He agreed.
Can you put him on? Wait, can you put him on mute real quick?
You could do it. He agreed.
Yo, I think. Yeah, can you put him on mute real quick? I think he's just over talking. You not like.
You just conceded. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro.
Wait, your Prince. He agreed to moderation. Therefore, you could do it too.
Yeah, sure, bro. Bet. Anyways, yeah. When we say made up, made up things can still be real, right? When I say made up, I'm saying that it's not actually a logical fallacy, right? It doesn't come from some sort of logically fallacious Wikipedia or PDF that people would use to hurt or to stop an argument from reaching some sort of conclusion, some sort of inference, in which, right? I'm saying that it can be real in that sense, right? It can be real as in it exists, but whether or not it is sufficient enough to hurt the argument and to stop my argument from reaching a conclusion is up to you. You need that sounding bird, and you need to prove that. This can be one. And I just don't see the relevance in that yet because you haven't given any sort of fucking interpretation or any sort of fucking reasoning towards what that is. Why is this hurting? Why does this hurt my character? Why does this hurt the argument? You can unmute him now, bro.
Do it.
Oh wait, let me unmute him, bro.
You could do it. You're allowed to.
Anyway, the answer to that question is you're using an unofficial character. That you're using a character that has not been published or not been canon to a verse that it's supposed to be in. So that's the reason why. That literally answers your question. But also that you just conceded to a topic where I just said that, where you just agreed to me, where OC fallacy is where you said OC fallacy is fake. You literally just agreed.
Bro, it can be fake.
You literally just agreed.
I'm just gonna put you on mute again, bro. I can't.
Lock in, bro.
It can be fake, but still be real. Just not identical to any sort of something that would actually be known as logically fallacious to hurt an argument. It can be real in that sense, right? A fake sort of real. And for the other thing, bro, you didn't tell me what the fuck an OC fallacy was. You just told me how my character adhered to it. And you repeated the same thing, saying that my character is just going to be some sort of not fiction. My character is just going to be some sort of fan-made thing, hence why we shouldn't use it. When I'm using not the actual series, because you're putting the canonicity into question, right? I'm not using the actual series Undertale. I'm using Alpha Tale, in which I think something can be canon to itself. So I don't know if you're a retard, bro.
Bro, are you dumb? I literally just said what OC fallacy was. Are you retarded?
What is the OC fallacy?
So retarded. Literally. Is this nigga retarded? Is he retarded?
What's an OC fallacy?
Oh, I just repeat it.
Okay, so OC fallacy is when you use an OC for power scaling, right? But it is not canon or not published.
Wait, like,
no. I want you to.
Pretty much that was the reasoning to that. So you literally agree.
No. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to, take a few steps back.
This man is losing so bad. I ain't gonna lie,
and I want you to take a few steps back. Go to my initial question, right? Why is this thing fallacious,
bro?
Why?
I literally just answered. You told me.
Why is this thing fallacious?
Yo, can you mute this nigga so he can hear?
Anyways, he just gave an argument. I'm putting into question, right? Why is this thing fallacious? Why can't I not use this character within a power scaling debate? Right? The notion of this character is literally there's a lot of notions for the character, right? But I already told you that this character, it can be canonical to itself, right? I'm using Alpha Tale. You saying that it's an OC does not defeat the purpose as to why I shouldn't use this OC, in which this OC hasn't even been made for power scaling, and I think that's what OC fallacy even means, bro. So
no,
you still haven't defined it, by the way. You still haven't defined it, so I'm just going off of your implications.
Bro, are you retarded? I literally defined it. Bro, you're just going, bro. When I defined it, you were just going, explain. That's what you were going like. I literally just defined OC fallacy, and you're out here saying that I never defined shit.
Yo, collector, I got a question.
Are you retarded?
I got a question.
Are you dumb?
That's not an argument, but hey, I got a question.
But are you dumb?
What's your definition for an OC fallacy? Was just a fan-made character that is used for power scaling?
Yeah, that's literally the definition.
Oh, okay, yeah, and I just refuted that, and I told you why my character adheres to an alternative story from Alpha Tale, in which he's not made for power scaling.
But you're still using it for power scaling, though. So
I'm still using it for power scaling.
Yeah, you're using it. Why? You're using it for power scaling right now. Are you retarded?
No. Are you a retard? Yo, when we say, can I get the argument? Are you gonna overtalk like a retard? Yeah, I think you're just gonna overtalk like a retard. When you say an OC fallacy within this sense, you're saying that the entirety of the OC was made for power scaling. Like, if I have a random OC if I have a random OC called fucking Goku Solos, in which I'm using it solely for power scaling, and it has no story, in which it can just solo any fictional verse, you think that would be fallacious? And I just told you how my character doesn't adhere to that, in which he has a whole alternative story, right? That which has lore and actual writing called Alpha Tail, which is very distinct from Undertale. Just because I'm using it in a power scaling sense doesn't entail that it's only used for power scaling. Right? It can be used for riding as well. We can put, let's say, which one is better within riding, Undertale or Alpha Tail. Like, are you a retard, bro?
Bro,
can you repeat the argument?
Your examples are like, you said that.
Oh my god, he's stun locked. He doesn't know what I say. You said, yeah. What was my argument, buddy? Get it out.
You were using the writing example. You were using an in writing example, bro. That's not what I'm saying, bro. You're using an in writing example. And he went on Deafin again. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy, bro.
Bro,
I literally just assassinated this.
Wait. Let me
this is crazy, bro. He literally conceded. He already conceded, but he's still going.
Bro, let me explain to you.
Surprising me, bro. It's very.
Who's the judge in this one?
I don't even know, but like, wait.
I mean, you can judge if you want. You can judge if you want. One above heaven. You can.
I'll judge, but okay. So what I got from his whole argument was the fact that he's not using his OC in that type of way, making him OP, whatever, not having no storyline, no type of like back and forth. He's just making it just to be like OP, like all overall, which that is OC fallacy. You're making your character overpowered for no reason, just for battles. That's what OC fallacy is.
Yeah.
Now, if you're saying that his character doesn't adhere to those guidelines and he has proof, then yeah, you wouldn't be able to use it. But what it sounds like to me is kinda isn't that.
Yeah, but Prince Goated is like, you know him. You know Prince Goated just being retarded.
I'm just going off of what I'm hearing, bro. Like,
yeah,
bro literally said it.
But
it
he literally conceded.
But then he said, I can still use it in this setting, and you can't. Because once you start using that same definition, then it's OC fallacy.
Yeah, that's literally what Prince Goated needs to understand. But he literally just conceded too. So
I guess you won.
That's why I believe I will. We can go to conclusions. I can go to conclusions right now. We can go to conclusions right now.
Wait, let me judge.
Do you want to go to verdict, Prince Goated?
I mean, you were, saying a response, and I didn't hear it.
So do you want to go to verdict? Do you want to go to verdict?
Prince, you want me to be your judge?
You want to go to verdict?
What was your response, bro? I was on Deafin. What was your response to my argument?
I respond to your argument, but still, do you want to go to verdict? Do you want to go to verdict?
That doesn't answer my question, bro.
Do you want to go to verdict? Are you trying to go to verdict? We can go to verdict right now.
What was your response?
Anyways, why I believe I won against this nigga?
Yeah, I don't agree to the conclusion. So, what was your response?
He just conceded to.
Yeah, again, I don't know why you're giving a conclusion when I just denied them. So, what is your response, bro? Go on.
Bro really muted me mid conclusion, bro.
Mid fucking conclusions that I don't agree with. Now, what is your response?
But you just conceded to my argument, though. You literally conceded to the OC fallacy argument, and also,
what
you were literally saying that OC fallacy was fake, and you also said it was real. So pick one, nigga. Pick one.
When I say real, I'm saying that.
Are you retarded?
Yo. See, I don't know why he likes to overtalk, but for the voice chat, when I say real, I'm just saying that it has some sort of existence, right? But I'm saying that I don't think it would be logically fallacious in the sense that other people would use something that's logically fallacious, aka something that would just break some sort of inference, or it wouldn't lead to some sort of inference, right? And I was putting into question, right? If this thing actually does exist, why would this hurt my character? Why would this hurt my argument? And why would it hurt the verse? His justification for that was him presupposing that this thing was only made for power scaling. and I just told him that it has a whole verse called Alphatel, which is built upon actual lore. The entirety of the verse, right, for it to even adhere to it being some sort of OC fallacy is the purpose of it, right? The author's intent for the verse is literally that it needs to be made for power scaling, which Alphatel is not made for power scaling. So here, look, I don't know if you're a retard, bro, or if you're just a dumbass, but here, look, I'm gonna give you one more time, and if you don't refute the
What
argument,
happened? Oh, are they both deafened?
eh, what? And if you don't refute the argument, then we can just conclude, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Go on.
This debate ain't going nowhere.
No, it's not, bro.
Anyways, like I said, you literally agreed to the
All right, let's conclude.
argument. You agreed to my argument.
Let's conclude.
Fallacy. It's real. You
Let's
literally
conclude.
agreed to my argument. Yeah, we can conclude. We can conclude that. I can tell the reason why I won. Anyways, your judge left anyways. So
yeah, no,
If
I
I
think
had to go off of who
hey,
actually fucking came with their main point and actually made fucking sense, yeah, Collector obviously did. Bro, double
I think
backtracked on what he said. He said, "Oh, it doesn't exist, but I can still use it in the argument." Then no, can't use it if you literally just said it doesn't exist. It's fake.
yeah, Collector's a
Same as you
retard. But
saying, "Oh, the sky is blue," but then you're like, "Oh, actually, it's red."
yeah,
Come on,
yeah,
man.
yeah, Collector, you're a retard.
Come on,
Anyways,
man.
Dream, I think Dream can judge.
Because
wait,
if you're using the OC at that point, you're just making your own original character, but you're giving it its own lore. But then you could put it if you do put it in a versus battle, and you obviously know the cosmology of your
are you
character
talking
is.
about? Wait, I don't think if
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah,
one
conclude.
above heaven was calling me retarded. I guess he was calling you retarded.
No, he was calling
Yeah, I'm
you
not
retarded.
calling Collector retarded. I'm saying Princess or whoever the name is, this shit's not making sense.
Well, you within your little exclamation, you tried saying that um fucking OC
That's
fallacy.
literally
You
my
tried
argument.
saying,
Made sense.
anyways, you tried saying that I was retarded by saying, "Oh, it isn't real, but we can still use it." I never said that. I said that it isn't real in the sense of how people within logic use something that would be logically fallacious. So you weren't tracking. But hey, look, Dream, we can. Yeah, I agree to
Anyways, I
agree
can
with
go
you,
to
Judge.
verdict. Anyways, I can go to verdict right now. We
Yeah,
can go
that's
to
fine.
verdict
That's
right
fine.
now. Yeah, let's go to verdict. Okay, so I believe I won because Prince literally conceded to an argument that I gave, and he
That all?
also agreed to he agreed. Actually, wait, he actually kept changing up what he was saying. By the way, he said that OC fallacy was fake. Then he said it was real. So he just kept switching up. So that's why I believe I won because Prince Goda was not tracking any of my arguments at all.
Type shit. All right, can I go next? Are you
Yeah,
done?
you can go ahead. You can go ahead and.
I appreciate it. I'm just gonna put you on mute so you don't interrupt my conclusion. So yeah, basically,
Why is there two people muted?
chill. Yeah, because they're trying to overtalk. But when I'm giving my conclusion, but basically, I think that I won by virtue of the fact that by virtue of an OC fallacy not actually hurting my character, my argument, nor the character's verse. His justification for why we wouldn't use the character was built upon his presupposition, and that presupposition was literally that the intent or the purpose for this character was to power scale. He's trying to use that and say it's an OC fallacy. It's only meant for power scaling, hence why we shouldn't use it. And I just told him that it isn't meant for power scaling by virtue of the fact that it has an actual lore and it has actual writing, right? In which that was the entirety of his justification. And when I mean by an OC fallacy isn't real, all I'm saying is that it can exist. That's fine, but it has some sort of fake existence. Right? People within logic wouldn't actually use an OC fallacy, right? And the reason why they wouldn't is because it's not something that you would normatively. Yes, bro, it's not an actual flaw within logic, bro. That was my justification, right? In which and I specifically said that it doesn't when it comes to arguments within logic, it wouldn't normatively just hurt a conclusion or some type of inference. it wouldn't hurt this at all. And I put into question why it would hurt my character. So I don't. Maybe he's a retard. I don't know, bro. So yeah, who won, man?
Well, GG easy. I won. GG easy, bro. You suck.
That's the claim,
you suck,
bro.
nigga. You suck.